Living in harmony is possible if you know your emotions and how to handle them. In this podcast, Dr. Carmen Roman will share with you in an engaging way the current psychology by sharing herself or interviewing experts who will inspire you. Learn how to live a life of fullness and how to recover your emotional harmony with Dr. Roman. Welcome to Emotions in Harmony.
Hello, my wonderful listeners. Hopefully you are having a good day and get ready for today's topic, the super benefits of cooking as a couple. This is something very important to do when you are in a good place in your relationship. When you are in the couple that you are happy, that you are in harmony, you want to create memories and you want to polish these skills that are needed to face together an emotional storm. So cooking together will be a very wonderful way for you and your partner to develop communication skills, to develop patience, to learn how to respect each other, and of course, to have fun in the meantime. Today we are going to talk about what are the benefits of cooking together, what are the important ingredients when you cook together, and how we can do to persuade a partner who is not into cooking, or how we can deal with that. And we are going to finish with how to improve our communication skills in the kitchen. Hopefully you enjoy today's topic. Let's start with the benefits of cooking together. Cooking together creates a special bond that makes or helps you to create memories that is only the two of you. That is very particular memories that belongs to the couple. It also gets to touch all the senses. We can smell, we can touch, we can see, it involves everything that we are as a human beings. Isn't that wonderful? That we can create that kind of memories that will last forever in our brain. There is nothing better than creating and developing patience together for one another and to develop some respect for one another while cooking. And besides that, feeding each other is actually a symbol. It's a very wonderful symbol of nurturing, of taking care for each other. Actually, in the shamanic tradition, part of their marriage, part of the Aztec ceremony, it involves feeding each other. The shaman brings you or helps you to bring fruits and seeds and everything, and it's a symbol that you feed each other into your mouth in front of your guests, in front of the ceremony. That was a beautiful part of our wedding, which, by the way, I'm dedicating this particular episode to my wonderful husband, who is a supporter, a wonderful listener. Also, cooking together is an important opportunity to develop the relationship that you want with your partner. The relationship that lasts doesn't come out of nowhere. We need to develop, we need to nurture the relationship. The relationship is a third in our relationship. It's my partner, me, and this particular third that we need to nurture, if that makes sense to you. So when the couple is able to enjoy together an activity like this, they definitely will be able to develop other moments of happiness. Of course, it's not an instant. We don't want that you cook something like an instant soup or something like that. It's not an instant result. It develops through the sessions that you are cooking together. So the first couple sessions, it may be a little rocky, but that's okay. We want you to create something that is meaningful and long-lasting. So when you and your partner are able to enjoy the process, the result, it will not matter. The process is what is important that we are talking here. If you create a wonderful dish and you can get to have a wonderful dinner, that's even better. But if the dish together that you guys did together doesn't work, doesn't matter. Put it in the trash. start all over is actually a wonderful opportunity to get more ingredients and to take notes of what didn't work. Isn't that a wonderful metaphor of what could work for a relationship? Besides, it will force you to plan together. It will force you to, probably you can go shopping together, or force you to decide which one of you is going to do the grocery shopping. It forces you to talk about what you like, what you don't like. And if you can get these small agreements, you are learning skills to deal with bigger disagreements. So it's okay to agree in some ingredients. It's okay to disagree in something. It's important when you cook with your partner that you provide feedback to each other. How this works is you can practice how to gently say, honey, this is not the way. If we cut the carrots that way, it will not work for that soup. Or if we wash the carrots that way, it will not work. Take it as an opportunity to provide feedback with respect and with love to each other. You can actually learn what are the strengths that your partner has. Of course, if it's your partner for a long time, you already know all of these strengths. But this is the way that you can create this bond and this communication together about something that is very sensitive, because we don't like to be criticized, we don't like to be observed, and we don't like to be corrected. That's not who we are as people. We like to be loved, we like to be respected, we like to be guided in a loving and meaningful way. And being around tools and something that you guys learn to do differently when you were children is different culture. Literally, we are putting together two cultures when you start cooking together, because of course we want to bring what I always did, what my mom always did. I want to do a particular dish in a particular pan. I want to do everything particular the way I learned. And sometimes in life, we want to do everything in our particular way. We want to drive in our particular way. We want to do the bed in a particular way. So this is an opportunity for you to let it go and learn new ways. Also, all of these new tricks and tips and everything that you can learn from another family, from that is represented by your partner here, it will help you to open new horizons in your relationship. What are the ingredients, the very important ingredients for cooking together? Well, first of all, you both need to jump into doing the research. You can do research for recipes, for new dishes, for traditions, for some new mixings or new appliances, for example. You can just have fun doing the research and whatever you want to cook together. Or you can sit together in the kitchen and one person do the research and the other person start doing the prep, start washing the vegetables or setting everything that you guys need, or putting, the measuring cups outside, and all of these things that it create a preamble for you to start enjoying the activity together. You can put some nice music if you like some salsa or some strong music, or you like some classical music, whatever music you like. You can prepare and set the environment for a successful cooking. You also need creativity. You need the ability to improvise, the ability to let it go, and the ability to acquire or learn new ideas. In Spanish, we say that two minds think better than one, and this applies very well here. Two minds will have better solutions than one. So if something is going wrong in the recipe, you can totally improvise and have fun with it. You need to learn how to communicate what you need with respect. And you need to communicate what is important to you when it comes to a dish. For example, I don't like onions. And my partner loves onions. So we need to always do a balance in what way we are using the onions, what not. And sometimes we put the onions and then we take it away in the middle of the dish, or sometimes we just blend it, or we need to figure out ways that I get my way and he gets his way. This is a very important moment where I really want to practice to communicate what I want, and I want to be listened to. I really want to practice how to listen to my partner and to make that happen, to help him to know that he is listened to. We definitely want the attitude that I am going to experiment and I am going to learn. This is the attitude, this is the win attitude that you need. And it's important that you come with that into cooking together. For those of you who are actually starting a relationship, if you are starting and you want to know your partner, voila, you have it here. Get into the romantic mood and get your partner into cooking. If that person doesn't know how to cook or doesn't want to cook, they will love it. Trust me. It's a very good way to start breaking the ice, literally, in the kitchen. You will learn so many things about somebody in the kitchen. How they deal with the mess. Do they help? Do they improve? Do they learn new techniques? Do they enjoy nurturing themselves? When I was choosing my partner, one of my friends told me, if you really want to know him, you need to know his kitchen. You need to know how he does in his kitchen. And if this person doesn't fit themselves, be aware, because that tells something about the person. And I believe so. I believe if you have fun with feeding yourself, you definitely will have fun nurturing the relationship. It's not an absolute, but there is a tip if you want to know your partner. Also, you want to know what the person does in terms of decisions. Did the person has a lot of money but becomes very cheap when it's choosing the ingredients? Does the person cares for quality? Does the person prefer something that they don't know what is in it? They rather order a dish and they never get their hands into whatever they eat. All of this information is important when you are building a relationship or when you are yourself getting into a relationship. How to persuade a partner that is resistant, that they say, no, thank you, I am not into cooking, and you really love cooking. There are some tips here how to persuade the partner. You can start by something simple, like a pizza. Together, because a pizza you can put whatever ingredient, you can do whatever, you can do your half, the person can decorate their own half, and you can both be content. If one of you know how to do pizza, it's enough. The other person just can come along and play along. You can also give each other a task, like you can do something more elaborate and the partner can do a salad or can do some chopping or whatever. You will be surprised that the person that don't like to cook is because actually, or most likely, they were criticized when they start doing the chopping, the prep, the helping, because children naturally will love to help. It's a natural way for children. They come in the kitchen. I remember when I was a child and my mom did the tamales, and my mom did everything separate for me and for my cousins, my little cousin and all of these kids, to do our own tamales, and we will have baby tamales, and she will put them to cook in the same pot on the top, and we will need to eat our own tamales, which it was really fun. Children, we are prone to help, but sometimes we are criticized. The parents don't know how to include us, and that carries into our adulthood. Then we are self-conscious, we are afraid, we have so much expectation, especially when we are starting a relationship. We don't want to mess up in the relationship. So you can help your partner, but say, that's okay. That's okay. You can just wash the lettuce. You can cut it into pieces, whatever you want. Or you can help me with the tomatoes. There is a way that you can actually provide some confidence for your partner. And then, of course, it's an adventure to look for recipes together. When somebody doesn't cook, they will probably choose elaborate recipes because they don't know, they don't have an idea what is behind the scenes, but they will start learning to realize what those mean. And also, for somebody who doesn't cook, learning to cook, it makes them appreciate every time they sit and eat. They appreciate more what is behind of a dish, and they are more likely to criticize less when they start learning how to cook. So you can invite your partner for a romantic date and you can cook together. If the person really, really feels so ashamed or afraid or really doesn't want to cook, it's nothing to do with any of those feelings, it's just they just don't want to do it, they can help by washing the dishes. They can help by cleaning after you. They can still be there. I have one of my friends actually that she comes and visits me, and at the beginning she was just sitting there and talking, and for me was an excellent company while I was cooking. That was enough, and that was a wonderful thing for me. Lately, she's into cooking. She even brought a soup for me the last time. I am very proud of her. How you can improve the communication in the kitchen? First of all, it's very important that you don't rescue your traditions. Don't put your traditions or your knowledge over your partner. That's not important. The important thing is that you respect each other. If the dish is going to be put in the trash, don't worry. That's okay. Remember, what is important is the process. And get into the idea that nobody is more expert than the other, because we are all human beings and we all like to eat, or most of us like to eat. The important thing is how you came up with that result, how you came up with that dish together. If you want to go further and you want to really challenge yourself as a couple, or you are more established couple, try bringing some guests and cooking together for your guests. Preparing a dinner for, 12, 15 people is so much fun. It's a lot of work, but it's so much fun. It's so gratifying. It's so wonderful to see when people sit around your table and eat, and they all enjoy and talk to each other. We have fun together. This is something that really bonds with your couple, with your partner, and with your family, with their family, one family with another, definitely.
When the stars make it blue, just like pasta fazool, that's amore.
Get into cooking. I wish you a wonderful dinner. Whether it was the one you cooked together or the one you ordered in the last minute, doesn't matter. I wish you a wonderful process. And please subscribe to this podcast. Help me to spread the word. Help me to tell others, because my goal is to create an environment where we can feel safe, we can grow, we can learn to respect and love each other. We need happy people in the world, and we are going to help to get those happy people in the world. Listen to you. Until the next time, feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Join us for the next podcast of Emotions in Harmony. We hope you have more tools to put what you have learned here into practice. Visit carmenroman.net, where you can be in touch with Dr. Roman.